Okay, let's take a look at this really interesting position, and it's black to play. And it's actually Max Uwe, one of the previous world champions, Dutch world champion. And if we analyze the position and look at the interesting elements that we have here, I mean, the part thing that catches your eye is probably that both of the queens having this Mexican standoff, because this queen is protected by the rook, and this queen is protected by the knight on f3. Now, another interesting element is the black bishop. Look at this beautiful, active black bishop on b6, staring at the f2 square on this beautiful diagonal. And then I think that brings up potential tactics. And when we look at checks, capture the threats, and we examine the possible check on f2 with a bishop, we see that this will bring, we can visualize the fact that if the king will capture back on f2, the king then, what happens is that this knight on f3 is going to be pinned to the king because of the black queen, and which means it will not be able to protect the queen anymore. Hence, this brings up the possible tactic, and actually the only best move here is to check the white king. If the white king captures, then we can capture the queen, because now the knight is pinned to the king and cannot capture back. It would be an illegal move. So let's take a look at this very quickly. In fact, also think about how to find something like this. And one of I think the best ways to find such a great tactic is to think about the possible checks, capture threats, which are the most forcing ones that we have here. And I think this is the most obvious check that you want to exouter. And if you visualize that, you clearly see that the king is not the king, but the knight itself is going to be pinned to the king, and we'll be able to grab the queen. So another beautiful tactic for Max Uwe, the previous world champion, and one of our most favorite players in terms of tactics and strategy.